Welcome to Final Third TV. This is our Saturday morning episode, but it doesn't matter what time you're watching it. It's our flashbacks, your alternative to Fletch Sav, which is dreadful and you shouldn't watch ever. It's bad for you.
It's very
Unless you watch Vines and laugh at it.
I think that's what we do. The World Health Organization has actually announced it's the carcinogen. So yeah. it's in your best interest.
One of the leading sources of cancer.
Yeah. At least bacon, you might get bottle cancer, but be worth it.
You might. So this week we're going to look back at... we're hugely enthusiastic about this actually. We've been rewatching the ads, which is always great because it's been years. But we're going to go back to the golden age of football marketing where they were selling you something but you got to enjoy it too. And we're talking specifically about the Nike ads. Yeah. Oh, this is Rob Palmer, by the way. Sorry, I should have introduced you. Sorry. We're specifically talking about the 2002 World Cup ad. We're on the boat with Cantona, and you've got teams of stars, not just one star being marketed at you. 2004 with the Henri ad. I think you'll remember running through the house getting chased by pretty much everyone who Nike ever sponsored.
And his boxer.
And a dog.
And his boxer, right?
And then there's let me see if I have them in front of me. There's also a Nike ad from the Euro 2004 we're going to look at. It's just a general ad.
Brazil and
anything to bring them out for. Yeah. And then 2006 for Ronaldinho, the crossbow, which you'll know. These ads are pretty special. I think it suits us because the age we are, it's that perfect time for us in terms of growing up. You remember it and stuff like that. But even just see the ads again, the gear and the silver boots and the balls and stuff like that, brilliant. But it's just great crack. Like they're just going around doing skills on a boat, or what looks like a prison ship.
Up until now, I thought it was a prison. Yeah. Because when you said a boat, when we were talking about making the video, we were talking about what ads we wanted to feature in it, and I mentioned the one with the Elvis track over the top of it. And I goes, "Oh, the one on the boat." And I was like, "No, it was in a prison." And then we looked it up, and it was actually on a boat. It's just nuts,
Yeah. Just a really cool time. Just even for the merchandise, but it's for me as well. It's the style of it because it is still fun, as well as like I say, they're obviously selling you something. It's not just for your personal enjoyment. It's just one of them ads where you wanted to immediately get a football and go out and do all the stuff that they did. You've got Roberto Carlos at the end doing a scorpion kick. You know what I mean? It's just deadly. It's
the kind of thing that
he's a left back.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? It's the
kind of ad that makes you want to go out and obviously buy the Nike football.
Oh, absolutely.
And then be like, lads, go out, call for your mates, go out to green, lads, we have to do what? Yeah. Roberto Carlos or Ronaldo and all done in that ad.
Yeah, I had a pair of the silver Tiempos. They were two-tone silver metallic. For Astro, not for boots.
Okay.
I used to love them. I got them for 15 quid. They were reduced, and they were so nice. Looking back, and you think to yourself, metallic, really? But it was the early '90s. We didn't know what we were doing. But,
they were the equivalent of body kits on cars.
Yeah,
in terms of boots.
I think if you're watching this, immediately switch over when this is finished and you've subscribed.
There'll be links in the description for all the videos.
Yeah, big time. You have to credit them, don't you?
Yeah,
that's how YouTube works.
Yeah, something like that. Anyway.
But you'll see the jerseys, and it'll remind you. I mean, there's the Portugal one with when Nike used to have the number on one side of the circle, and they were just dead plain but brilliant at the same time. Yeah, it's basically Nike or Nike flexing their muscles in the football market. And flexing them in style, some of the players they had signed up. It's just crazy. It just reminds you it was a real golden age for good footballers, who weren't...
You weren't absolute douche canoes.
Yeah, they were sound, weren't they? Yeah, and even Henri's there, and he's sound. But yeah, the boat out was a lot of fun. I think, I know I said it a few minutes ago, I think it's so fun because there's a group of players. It's not fixating on one player. Yeah. We'll get on later to why the ads for us aren't as good these days, because they still do these style of ads going into World Cups and European Championships. But the Elvis ads, you're talking 2002, the gold Adidas football from the 2002 World Cup. I think everyone watching this will remember that football. And probably I had the futsal version of it, but it was such a lovely football. So distinctive.
I'll always remember that ball flying to the bottom corner when Matt Holland struck it.
Oh, outrageous.
What a finish.
A good tournament too, as far as I remember. Probably for
it was.
I
remember watching
the sleeveless African shirts.
Yeah, they were great. The Senegal shirt in particular was
lovely. They got in trouble for that.
Did they really?
From FIFA,
it was Cameroon who had
Cameroon, Senegal, and I'm gonna say Ghana, but I think that might just be because they're good now.
No, I think it was Nigeria in that World Cup.
Okay.
I think it was Nigeria in that World Cup.
Yeah. That was Puma did that.
Yes.
The sleeveless. They always do the African jerseys, Puma. Yeah. Okay. So that's 2002. So there's some added nostalgia for it. It's not even in the ads, but it's just a great time to be into football, I think.
Great tune as well. The song.
It works so well. It's so slick. Then there's the Henri ad from 2004, Euro 2004, where he's basically, like we said, running through the house and dribbling and stuff. Hits the picture of Arsene Wenger on the way of going around someone and says, "Sorry, boss." It's just deadly. I don't know. And in this ad, you've got, like we talked about the Adidas football, you've got the Nike football, the one with the rings around it, blue rings, or some of the black with ball and yellow. T90.
T90, yeah.
That's the brand. That's what they were doing at the time.
T90s.
That's it.
Gold pair then, like golden cream.
Yeah, and I think they were a par. I know if Connor were here, I think he would disagree because he's a real Adidas man. But I think Nike was on par with them at this stage. For gear, like, you know.
Their boots were far nicer at the time.
Yeah,
I remember anyway.
Yeah, I thought their footballs were as well. Like the gold football obviously aside at the World Cup, but I thought they were on par here. This ad is cool again because you've got a band of really, really top notch footballers being involved in it, and it's got a bit of class, a bit of humour. It's well shot. It's fun. You know, obviously
football is silky.
Yeah, obviously there's nice branding in it and stuff like that. That's come on, like, you know, they got to make money at the end.
It's
of
an
the day.
ad at the end of the day.
But it's still fun. You're still meant to enjoy it, and it's just done in this kind of. It's almost like a naive fashion. They knew what they were doing, but still, it just seemed as if it wasn't. You haven't totally locked down this making money.
It's like
thing.
the impression you got from so far the two ads we've talked about is that they went out to make something fun first, and then went, right, how can we fit the product into this?
Like they were really selling that Yogo Bonito, that the whole Brazilian thing they talk about, you know, the joy and all that kind of stuff. And like I say, you did really enjoy it, and adults and kids alike. I remember my parents loved this Henri ad, and my mum was obviously a huge Henri fan. She's an Arsenal fan, but we all loved it. We were on holidays in France when this was on, and like the whole people in the bar around us when we were watching games used to all love it as well. You know, he was a pretty divisive character, even back then in terms of Premier League, and it was just a great ad, just just really, really well done. The other Euro 2004 one is the Nike one that we alluded to, where you'll remember this, it's the Mamelos Mambo.
Mamelos Mambo,
it's the song over it, and it's got Brazil and Portugal lined up for a game, and conspicuously you only see certain Portuguese players.
Yeah, only the only ones that were signed to Nike, you see.
Figo, what a player. My God.
Brought out beautifully was as well.
Oh yeah.
Very dapper man.
Big time, yeah. Now he just for men ads, which is kind of sad.
Yeah, it is.
He's
declined big time.
He's better than that.
Yeah, he is.
Still got a wonderful
Nothing wrong with grey hair, by the way. Nothing wrong with it.
Silver fox.
Yeah.
But
gives you the distinguished look, I believe it's called.
Yeah, it makes it look smarter, I think.
Anyway.
But so you've got certain Portuguese players, obviously. We think it's Simão. Ronaldo's there, obviously, being a Nike lad. And then you've basically got the entire Brazilian team, and as we now know, being a bit older and some more... Yeah, Daniels. We obviously know that Nike had some illicit deals with Brazil, the Brazilian Federation.
Yeah.
Where certain players had to always be picked because of their deal with Nike. But it was fun back then.
That explains the Nielsen.
Yeah, but basically they go around nuts on each other and shouting "Olé," which I think if you were on the schoolyard at that time, you'll remember everyone
That's
did
all you done.
ever, you know. Yeah. Which certainly beat getting beaten the bollocks by a fist, like, you know, which just was never funny ever, but it was just incredibly painful. So
never understood the appeal of that either. It's like, what the fuck are you doing?
All it does is create fear, because then you've got a gang of lads around all thinking they're going to get it next.
Yeah.
It doesn't help when you go to all boys schools either, you know.
Yeah. Especially in primary school.
Because you basically just have a group of lads all standing around with like their hands in their pockets trying to block, you know.
Yeah. It's always the flick that's worse.
Oh,
the punch is fine.
Worse.
Punch is fine.
Yeah,
punch is dealable, but the flick...
You've got the... Anyway,
that's we digress.
We go back. That's the Euro 2004. That was superb. Like I said, we've just watched them back so you can remember them. But the gear in it as well. It's the Portugal kit I alluded to earlier. You've got the Brazil one as well. With
the Brazil one
ring
is my
around
personal
the number.
favourite. I love that Brazil kit. It's so nice.
And I think maybe these ads actually helped to cement in people's minds that Brazil were fun and played lovely football.
They were. The bit that epitomises that is at the end when they've got Ronaldinho, probably the biggest superstar at the time, other than probably Ronaldo. The two could be debated. Yeah. But then you've got him doing like a flip flap around Figo and all this. Yeah. He starts dribbling the ball. There's a step over or two, and then the referee comes flying out of nowhere and tackles him to get the game going.
This is the fun aspect of it, though. Brilliant. You know what I mean? And even when the players are sliding on each other, it's kind of not bad sliding, even though they're trying to get each other, and they grab each other by the neck like that and say "Olé." It's brilliant. Like it's so much fun. And then you've got the 2006 one, which is the goal Tiempo is given to Ronaldinho.
Lovely boots as well.
He's just basically walking around, bobbing the ball up and down, and then smashing off the crossbar.
It's coming back to him and all this. First video on YouTube to reach 1 million hits, which is an interesting, boring bit of trivia that I know from somewhere.
It's cool.
There you go.
I like it. But yeah, basically, so that's the positive side of the nostalgia, and I think if you were, well, no, I don't think the age even matters. I think if you were alive at that time, you'll remember those ads. Yeah. They were absolutely incredible in terms of selling gear to you, and also, you know, just enjoying ads on TV. They weren't as tedious as they are now. Whereas if you look at football ads now, in particular the 2014 World Cup, the most recent one, you had the Messi ad where he's running through the street. You know, it's so solo fixated that there's no crack in it. Like, there are so many great players in the world now, but you wouldn't know it because of like the fixation on Messi and Ronaldo. You know, like I think it's a 5-a-side on that prison ship in 2002.
Yeah, it was. Well, no, it was 3-a-side. They had like, and there was like the way the ads were done. It was done like a league. Yeah. And like it was knockouts. So like you'd have
cool.
You'd have like the English against the Brazilians.
Yeah.
And then you'd have the Brazilians play the Italians, then the Italians would play the French, and all this was great.
So you got like the likes of Edgar Davids crops up quite a bit.
Yeah.
Van Nistelrooy crops up quite a bit in those years as well. just to show you the players that everybody was kind of being included. Because you've got all the Brazilians. We said you've got Figo, you've got Ronaldo, then you've got, like you say, the English, the Dutch. Beckham was always in these types of ads as well at the time. Yeah. But so there's a bit more disparity in the ads. But this is all the new ads are always so fixated on one star rather than a couple of stars. And there are plenty of teams with plenty of good players, so they just don't match up.
And there's very little football in football ads nowadays.
Oh, there's more product placement than anything else. But they're not even football products. So we didn't mind when it was a football being put in our face going, buy, because we all did.
You look at the Pepsi ad. Excuse me. You look at the Pepsi ad and it was like, who was it? It was Sergio Aguero, David Luiz.
Ramos? Was he?
Ramos is in it as well, yeah. I think there was a couple of other ones as well. They're a pretty big name. But like literally all they done was they stood around while people sang songs.
Yeah, that was
Pepsi,
it. It was
just like
really crap. We get it. You're meant to drink Pepsi. We get that part. They don't really seem to be able to, like Adam, who's behind the camera, obviously, mentioned the Carlsberg ads, which it's really hard to remember, but used to actually be funny. They used to actually be lad banter. That was actually banter. It was that funny. Like, if they did this, that would be gas, wouldn't it? So there's some fucking roller coaster where everyone goes around on, and it's got like Paul Merson on it or something, and Robbie Fowler. Nobody likes that.
No.
Nobody's ever going to remember that when they're older, unless they're giving out like this right now in 10 years.
So as you're watching this video in 10 years' time, at which point, why?
Is it just a case of football's just a lot less fun?
You
look at the Ballon d'Or, and instead of people saying, Batistuta was my favourite player because, or this is my favourite, nobody argues really about that anymore. Old players that they used to love, like we're talking about Figo, Ronaldinho, so. Whereas now you just have people who are like, just attacking each other basically over a Ballon d'Or, which nobody gave a shit about up to about 5 years ago until companies got involved.
Yeah, pretty much.
And basically made it into this.
It was when they united because it used to be the World Player of the Year and it used to be the Ballon d'Or, wasn't it? Something like that. And then they united the two of them. And it became the FIFA World Ballon d'Or.
Oh, yeah, because the Ballon d'Or is just a French thing created by journalists, wasn't it?
Yeah.
And then it's been escalated up to this as if it's meant to mean something in a team sport. But I think it's just gone too serious. And people actually seem to have really invested in whether or not Messi wins it, whether or not Ronaldo wins it, how many they win.
It's like, I think...
It's sad, really.
I think it's the level of professionalism the football has got to. It's like, I'm not saying like back in 2004 football wasn't professional, because it obviously was. But I think it's the fact that it's no longer, if you want, a sport. You get me? It's like it's almost a business
product.
Yeah, it's a product. Like it's a product. It's a thing that people sell to other people, rather than people being like, "Oh, I love football because of this." It's like, "Oh, how can I make money from this?" You know what I mean?
Like the ads very rarely have them being funny. I'm even thinking the Ronaldo ad, where he turns to the crowd and goes, "The crowd are on my side," and he's like, "Oh, she's on my side."
Oh yeah,
that's not fun.
That was the latest Nike.
Yeah, and I quite like Ronaldo. I have to say I admire him a lot as a person for what he's done and stuff. But like that's not fun.
No,
that's what
it's
dickheads do.
It's snide.
Dickheads do that type of thing. Oh, she's on my team or some crap. It's just like.
It's like, yeah, but I have friends.
And then obviously they had changes and they turn into like kids.
Yeah, that's it. It's like
you're trying.
It's like
the idea trying to tap into it.
It's like the idea of the ad was obviously that when you go down to the park with your mates to have a kickabout, you say, "Oh, I'm Ronaldo," or "Oh, I'm Messi," and then you try and do what they do on a pitch. But like they're just blown a completely different proportion.
To prove it doesn't work. What colour boots was he wearing?
No idea.
What brand were they?
Well, they were Nike.
Yeah. No, like which range?
Oh, no idea.
See, we were able to try and say, "Oh, T90, oh this, oh that." So their marketing isn't even working, and it's not as fun.
Yeah.
But that ad was smug. That's what it was.
100%
It was smug, and it was pretty shit, to be honest, as well. And even the new Carlsberg ads, where you've got the kickabout, and they try to do the slow-mo thing as if it's funny. And they throw Jeff Stelling in just because he's a name. It just doesn't work, whereas for some reason, though, it shouldn't Cantona does. In the Nike ads way back when, he does actually work.
Because he's French and mysterious.
Yeah, probably. It's just his accent, like, because other than that, he's just a fat bloke, isn't he? With patchy grey hair and a really scraggly beard. But, because I'm even thinking about it, I can't even think what colour shirt Ronaldo was wearing in that ad. It might have been a Portugal one.
It was probably white, because Nike tend to go without the team these days.
Yeah.
Well, when I say these days, I mean that was their last ad, because they're leaving football now.
Yeah, they're pulling out of football, which is probably for the best. The ads are going down.
Yeah, the ads.
Leave us the good ones.
Leave us the good ones.
You know what I mean? But it's just not the same. And I know people watching it might think to themselves, "Oh yeah, it's because you were a kid, then you attach it with good memories and all that kind of stuff." We've always stated on the record on the pod that football is in a golden age in terms of ability, in terms of talent and tactics and stuff like that. But it's not in terms of marketing.
No.
It's so serious now. It's all about... I mean, everybody knows that the Ballon d'Or is won based on the marketability of players. It's nothing to do with ability.
Just after thinking about it there, when you think about it, like, all football marketing is really snide. Because remember when Liverpool went with Warrior kits? It's like
we come not to play.
Yeah, we come not to play. It's like, well,
what are you going to do?
It's a game.
Yeah.
You play football. It's like, you don't go out and...
It is fun.
Yeah, it's fun. It's a thing. It happens. Like
that is actually, you've just touched on it. That is actually the single worst thing about modern sport. those stupid fucking taglines where they just pick the most ambiguous expression.
There will be
Oh god, that's the worst. Or Together Stronger, you know, the Welsh one. A great campaign. Something that Welsh fans are going to remember forever. And they do this terrible taglines. Like every team has one when you go into a new season. And they're just these immediately, hopefully forgettable. I'm hoping I can erase them. But like they're so bad, and it's so obviously pumpable. Like, you know, some marketing guys go, look, you know what? It's like you don't know football.
Went off to the Jackson line of call, but lads,
yeah,
great idea, lads. Whoa, wait, I tell you,
it just doesn't work. Like, it doesn't work the same way. I mean, I know people. If we had a marketing guy here, he'd point to shirt sales going up, he'd point to interest in the game going up. But I think that's almost in spite of these ads.
Yeah, I think it's just. I think it's. Football is growing despite the ads. It's not because of them ads. You know what I mean?
There's a way to sell things, and like we've gone through those. I actually going into this, I could only remember the Messi Pepsi thing. I actually completely forgot the other players that you mentioned were even in it, which is bad in itself. But you can see now how bad they are. You know, like really, really terrible. And even FIFA, the covers of FIFA used to change. They used to be different players all the time.
Yeah,
it's the same fucking players.
Sure, it was really for how long?
Oh,
nearly 10 years.
That was awful, wasn't it? I have a cover of FIFA 09 with Richard Dunn on it.
Yeah, that was bizarre.
That's
that one.
amazing.
It's so weird.
That's a keeper. That's a real keeper.
Yeah.
One cool thing actually nowadays for modern football to stand up for is that you can print out a sleeve of FIFA which has your team on it. That's pretty cool, I think. Really cool. You know, so if you have to print it yourself, it's pretty shit.
Yeah.
You should give it a pre-order or whatever. Anyway, but I think that's a wrap on.
Yeah, wraps it up for me. Yeah.
So hopefully you've enjoyed the nostalgia. I presume, and I'm guessing there's not a football fan on the planet who didn't like those ads, or at least one of those ads. So let us know what you think of them in the comment section below. And what do you think of modern football ads? Like, do they get the message across? Are we probably a little bit too generous on the early noughties ads compared to the new ones? Subscribe to Final Third TV on YouTube. Follow us on Twitter at @the final_third. And thanks for watching.